right now.
Yes, sir, Dan. Important to note, I stole Mr. Bitter. Actually, I didn't steal it.
You stole it.
Mr. Bitter left his Excel sheets right here.
Well, who did those Excel sheets?
Yeah, I did them, but still, he left them here. Else I wouldn't have them. On Ohana's EVP, we actually have a 100% win rate for Protoss.
Really? How many games have been played?
4.
Oh, so there's only been 4 Protoss for Zergs.
4 out of 44 games have been played, or 4 out of 44 PVZs have been played on Ohana.
That's not count. This is season 4 only, right?
This is season 4 only.
Okay, because I'm thinking about season 3 of Hero versus the Maga.
Whirlwind has 7 games, and it is a 57% win rate. Every single other map has a less than 40% win rate for Protoss.
It's a tough day.
Cloud
to be
Kingdom, Daybreak, Entomb Valley, Metropolis, Muspelheim, all of which have less than 40%, dipping as low as 27% on Daybreak.
It's a tough day to be from Ire, Andre, in these times as a Protoss player. Nightend from Team Fnatic has played fantastic in game number 1, but was not able to go the distance playing. It almost felt similar to the Lena Hero game on Antigua Shipyard, where a couple of small minor things really costs you the game. You know, like Hero in his case, he lost control of his mothership for a second. Infestor, Neuroparasite, and Vortex. Granted, it was a cool play from Lenok. It just seems so trivial that one mistake like that, despite playing very well throughout the rest of the game, can cost you. But that's kind of the state of PvZ and how Zergs have been able to really capitalize on their late game control.
That's right, and I don't want to make it like other games aren't like that either. I mean, in StarCraft Breed War, there's this unit called the Arbiter, and what it could do is cloak units underneath, similar to the mothership, and add a spell called Stasis. And Stasis froze everything in place. They were invulnerable, but they couldn't attack or defend or anything. They were just in the way.
It hit friendly units.
It hit friendly units as
anything that was in the air just got frozen.
Correct. And you know what? Just like Vortex, if you didn't hit money Stasis, you were dead against Terran. Like, just no chance. And sometimes it was how good your EMPs are against Stasis. So you'd have EMP versus Stasis micro that would go on in the airs, and sometimes it was really boring.
I guess it's all about how you look at the glass, whether it's half empty or a little bit slightly less than half empty at this point.
Oh, Frodan. You're right, though.
In the bottom right, we have from Team Evil Geniuses raid call. It is Stephano, who is uncontested, undisputed top non-Korean player in the world. And say what you want about the previous game. The fact is, Stephano's a champion. He's a winner. He's a title defender. He's here on NASL Season 4, and despite having a kind of a rocky start, he's 1-2 in his division. Has the potential to go 3-2 after tonight, or 1-4. Can you imagine Stephano 1-4 in NASL? I can't even really begin to fathom that, honestly.
I don't think you will, Frodan. But that is unfathomable.
Yeah.
That'd be absolutely crazy. As far as the opening so far, we can see Nightend opening up for 4 gas before any sort of tech, and Stephano is going for the regular Stephano style build. I guess that's pretty obvious, as he is Stephano.
So it's just a build.
It's just a build.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
That's why I asked Todd. I said, Todd, do you call him French fries in France? And he says, yes, we love it. And I'm like, okay. I don't even know what else to say.
Isn't that redundant?
Yeah, it's like, isn't that kind of redundant? Although I found out 75% of French people approve of America. Like they see America in a favorable light, and like Americans see it like 76%.
Where are you getting these stats?
It was
that
on.
Seems
it was
so
on.
wrong.
No, it's on Reddit today. I learned. It's
really?
Like, you know, like #1 country that likes America the most is not America. It's Japan. Japan approves of America the most.
Yeah, because we buy all the Hello Kitty stuff. We have like all of our conventions.
And we dub all their animes.
Yeah.
Right?
And in return, they give us free animes.
Can you guess the #2 country, Andre? Kenya. Kenya. I have no idea why, man. Maybe they respect our runners because we have some pretty good sprinters like Tyson Gay, but I have no idea why in any other regard.
Kenya, I can't feel like they actually respect us for our running, man. I mean,
I do know Stephano loves America. He's one of those 75%. people.
Yeah.
He's one of the 75% of the French people that loves America.
I love America too. I'm not at Rotterdam level of loving America. He loves America, bro.
Kevin,
He loves
we'd
America.
go to like Krispy Kreme and order like 16 hot Krispy Kremes fresh from the oven and be like, I love this country.
Dude, not only that, we go to the movie, or he went to the movie theater, bought like a popcorn and a what's it called, a Coke, and he just posted it, and it blew up on his Facebook. They're like, "Oh my God, that's the biggest Coke I've ever seen before ever." I was like, "No, dude, that's pretty standard. Why'd you get the small?"
It's so big. It's like the size of your head, but that's like considered a medium, man, in America. That's how it is. Go big or go home.
Exactly.
And
Supersize me, please.
And that's kind of like the policy of Stephano as well. Every tournament he enters, he wants to win. We talked to Stephano, and he says, yes, he still wants to win NASL Season 4. He wants to be back at the finals. And that's why he takes his games very seriously, actually, for NASL.
Yeah. By the way, I love Stephano's opening. He gets the Roach Warren as a precautionary measure, just to say, if you are doing some sort of huge aggression, I can switch over to Roaches. But for the most part, I'm going to stick on Zerglings. That's the one unit that gives me the agency to move around for different techs, whether it be Infestors or even Mutas. And from there, I can actually do stuff. A little bit of an engagement right here. Nice force fields are going to save Nightend's units for a good amount of time. But, yep, they're going to save Stephano, Nightend's units.
This is kind of cool. We've seen this at Nightend before as well. He's going for a Stargate fake with his Void Ray. Although, these Stalkers wish Blink would be researched a little bit quicker. But you know what, man? They're going to get picked off anyways. That's kind of sad.
Yes, sir. And when you see that many Stalkers, you need to be a little bit suspicious at this point.
How do you afford so many Stalkers?
Yeah, and why would you get so many Stalkers? Normally you get all that investment into sentries, right? Sentries are the way you actually defend. As soon as you see more than like 2 or 3 Stalkers, you're like, suspicious. I need to be very careful of some sort of all-in. And when you see Stalkers, it's normally a Blink Stalker all-in. So I think that's the #1 thing that Stephano actually suspects from here. And how does he actually counter it? Glio Reconstitution gets put down, and Roaches get made. This is when he starts incorporating Roaches, and it's a really clever time to do so.
Yeah, and the Roaches are kind of more of the support units because the big damage dealers is the Fungals and the surround from the Zerglings, able to really whittle down, especially against Blink Stalkers.
That's right.
Oh, although Nightend, he's going to re-wall off once again, so he is very committed to this. The Void Ray kind of poses an interesting like incorporation into the unit composition. Again, it was because Nightend wanted to fake going Stargate play. But let's see how Nightend does this. Creep spread is going to be incredibly valuable.
Yeah, I think this is going to be...
he picks off the probe.
Oh, this is going to be really silly looking, actually. The creep spread is just so far front.
Uh-oh.
And
Andre!
Yeah.
Oh, the Stalkers blink forward, and they're like, yes, we're safe! And then they meet another batch of Zerglings ready to flank. Look at that. The Roach is able to clean up everything. Nightend's Void Ray, sure, he could kill everything, hypothetically, if he was given infinite vacuum of time. But there's just way too much ground unit. GG, well played, and congratulations. Stephano takes it 2-0 and now moves 2-2 in the North American Star League Season 4.
And you can kind of see Nightend's unfamiliarity with that build. He's not really a Twilight Council opener. He loves to go Stargate. He loves to go more for robotics facility. He is a standard style player. So when you see him all in, it kind of feels a little bit silly. I mean, his Blink Stalker timing was really, really late. I know he went the Stargate. It's trying to fake his opponent, but he made no additional fake to make it look like it's going to be some sort of macro build.
Let's be fair. Like in this scenario, Nightend, not only did he lose a lot, he had a loss that was devastating, but it's also because he played as straight up as you can be, had that late game harassment control, and then still lost.
Yeah.
So he says, you know what, why don't I just try something a little bit more different? I've seen that build from Nightend before where he tries to go Stargate Fate into Blink, but he says, you know what, I have to try something else. Clearly, standard play is not going to work against Stephano, and in this case, he was right. But you know what would always work for you if you go to nasl.tv/p/audible and download an audiobook or a bestseller. You know what, Andre? I'm reading a book called Outliers, and it's a really interesting book. I encourage people more to read. As much as we love playing games, it's also good to train your mind in other areas as well.
What's it about?
It's about how success stories are the ones that always don't make sense. It's how some people drop out of college. It's how people run away from home and they still manage to succeed. And those people are the outliers in society, right? Like, how are they the ones that are most successful? And they say maybe it's not necessarily such a crazy story of just working hard and getting lucky, but maybe setting up putting yourself in a place where you can be successful and lucky. It's a very, very good book. I encourage anyone to read it. It's a book that Mr. Bitter gave me. And that's it. Go check out Audible while we take a commercial break. When we come back, also a live update on DreamHack brought to you by Rotterdam. I can't wait to see what he has to say, especially about all the Zergs that are winning. We'll be back with the Muslim versus MMA right after that.